The Woman Warrior, starring Viola Davis and, believe it or not, in a smaller role, John Boyega, who you would usually figure is the star of pretty much anything he's in now, but wow. I've always liked Viola Davis. She's always been a good, powerful actress, but she must have really believed in this role because she brought it. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's a story about a woman who has had a lot of suffering in her life, and she rises to the position of general in the king's personal guard. Very similar to Wakanda's Dora Milaje, women warriors who, for the most part, are undefeatable. That's what these young ladies were. They were the king's personal guard, and for the most part, they're pretty unbeatable. I mean, a couple of them died. It's war, they weren't bulletproof or, knife proof. So a couple of them did die, but they would show up and show out. There were some warriors in this movie, and they thought they heard something in the bushes, and the guy's like, shh. He didn't see anything. And then some birds flew, and everybody stopped, and they kind of looked, and then Viola stands up, and they're like, oh, there is somebody out there. She's like in the high grass, tall grass. It's about like that high, so she stood up, and they were like, oh. And then when she stood up, like 40 of them stood up. I'd have just turned around and started running. There's like 20 of us, 40 of them, 40 of these super killers there, a bunch of John Wicks hiding in the bushes, fighting like Captain America. I'd be like, nah, none of that for me. But they stayed there, they tried to fight, and of course, they were slaughtered. And these were some bad ones. The only thing that got me was the name of their nation was called Dahomey. Dahomey. And here, that's a term that, African Americans would use back in the 80s and 90s probably to reference one another, the homie. And they were called the homie. I was like, is that where that comes from? Did it come from them? Or is it just coincident? I don't know. But every time they said it a lot too. They must have said it 40 times in there. We are the homie. And I was like, is that what they're called? For real? That was the one thing that stopped the movie for me. And I was like, what'd she say? That was the one thing. Other than that, it was action. It was drama. It was, things were happening that would make you go, and point at the screen. I haven't been to a movie in a long time where at the end of the movie, people gave it a round of applause. Coming into the movie, I'm sitting down, I'm looking at the movie, I'm eating my popcorn, drinking my drink and everything, and this woman comes and sits next to me, and I'm like, what's up? And I'm eating my stuff, and then two more women walk by, and I was like, huh. And then more and more and more. It was just women. The entire theater was filled with women except for like two guys, me and another dude that I saw like off at a distance. But he even stopped before he sat down and kind of looked around like he was thinking, is this fried green tomatoes? Am I in the right place? I guess it was impactful to women, this movie. It was impactful to me. I mean, I dug it. But, I mean, this group of women, when they showed up, they would slaughter all of their enemies. They would free their captives. If somebody captured one of them, and then they would set that joint ablaze. They were smart, powerful, tough. I liked it. It was empowering to see this. I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm not saying me, but there were people sitting next to me, kind of a tearjerker. There were moments that make you go, it was good. This was a really good movie. One of the best movies I've seen in a long time that didn't have, somebody throwing a magic hammer or lightning coming from the sky, magic, repulsor rays. This didn't have any kind of superhero aspect. It was just people. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much. This was a really good show. It had a lot of undertones in it. Slavery, Africans enslaving other Africans to sell to the Europeans, to go to the Americas. That was in it. They had a slight love story in it. They had all kinds of drama. It was good. It cuts a lot of bases. It clicked a lot of boxes for me. I dug this. I dug this movie so much. I didn't really talk about it. I'm just telling you what I feel. I don't want to spoil it for you. It was good. Go see it. If you're sitting here and you haven't seen it yet, maybe you should check your life decisions, because it was good. But again, I would give this movie 9 bags of popcorn. 9 bags of popcorn. Man, 9 bags of popcorn. If Black Panther would have showed up, or Captain America, something like that, maybe we would have got a 10. But it definitely gets a 9. Viola Davis brought it in this movie. It was real good. A lot of drama, a lot of action. I dug it. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Now that we talked about the movie, let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport. Popcorn passport. Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.